What's good, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC. On my stroll home, I thought I would drop some thoughts on you today. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if it feels like it. What's up, B? I see you in the chat and I see you texting me on Instagram. I can't answer that right now. So I remembered that the Super Mario movie actually comes out this week. So I think I'm gonna head to the theater and check that out and give you guys a reaction to that. I'm noticing something too. When I give you guys early reaction, I never really feel like doing a review afterwards. Even though I don't want to spoil the movie when I do the reaction, I never really feel like doing a review after that. It's like it gets repetitive. I don't like repetitive. It's at least not repetitive in a bad way. Oh, shit, excuse me. So I assume everybody has seen The Mandalorian at this point, and to their like or dislike, saw Lizzo in it, since that's overshadowing the whole point of the show or the whole point of a cameo. The whole point of a cameo is not for you to take so much attention away from the actual product that nobody's talking about the product. I think a cameo done well and a cameo done wrong. This cameo with Lizzo done wrong. Okay. Uh, Brad Pitt's cameo in Deadpool 2 done right. You didn't see it, but for a moment, it's like, oh shit, that's Brad Pitt, and then it was over. Then it was over. But if you saw Bullet Train, you understand why Brad Pitt was in Deadpool 2. You understand why. It paid off if you saw Bullet Train. Straight up paid off. Because then you get the reverse. Ryan Reynolds cameo. So I'm really concerned for the last two episodes of this season of Mandalorian. And while I'm willing to give John and Dave the benefit of the doubt that this piece of offal was not their brainchild and creation in this last episode, and the writing in this last episode was not solely their creation, the only rebut I can have for that to say this is why it's probably not is because you got the same goofy shit happening in the Book of Boba Fett. Same goofy shit. Where the main character takes a back seat to a guest star, in a sense, and hijacks the dude's whole show. And then you have the insertion of a bunch of unrelated, ridiculous, fimball stuff going on in the episodes. That's the only thing it matches up to. The dumb shit that happened in Book of Boba Fett happening right here in one episode. So this is why I still hold to the point is that you have to look at these people work, this recent edition, and compare it to their past work to see if this is their voice or was somebody guiding them, right? It seems like somebody was guiding them because this makes absolutely fuck all to do with the rest of the episode. I mean, once again, another bookend episode with some other, contrived ass story jammed in there, boring as fuck. It's like, why is this here? This doesn't seem like the whole episode. This shouldn't even be here, but it's stuck in there to push a couple of things forward. One being the Elliot Kane character by Katie M. Forget her last name now. Push her out there, which I believe was I can't even say that because she was already in the Mandalorian. But she definitely out there like they're trying to find Gina Carano's replacement. And then you have this episode with fucking hell. Droids being treated like slaves. That's it. And the benefits of democracy. Direct democracy. Okay. What's up, Charles? CDC. Yeah, it's the dumb stuff we talk about. I've been talking about it for a while. But it hadn't affected Mandalorian that badly. They have reason to do this shit. No, there's no. And see, this is the reason, Charles, to highlight this point right here. They have no reason to do this. The fact that they have no reason to do this is why I don't think it was John and Dave. That's why I don't think it was John and Dave. Because if you see, let's go back to season 2. Okay? Go back to season 2. Everything plotted along the way it was supposed to get you to that moment where Luke Skywalker came through and helped them out. And Grogu went off with Luke. Every episode built up to that point. Right? Not a lot of filler. They introduced new characters and stuff, yes, but everything moved along. This season, Gina getting fired, people interfering, it seems aimless. Some of it seems just as aimless as the Bad Batch. Just as aimless as the Bad Batch that went through delays as well. Now, to me, and this is only to me, I mentioned it yesterday, this is why John was threatening to quit Star Wars and the Mandalorian stuff. It makes absolutely no sense to me that somebody who is there with the board, with Disney, fighting to get more power and control over this shit so it can take it away from the dumb, nonsensical stuff that had already been put out, turns right around and does some more female empowerment nonsensical stuff. It doesn't make sense. Which means, as much as people want to see it, fall on their heads, that it wasn't their choice. Just like Book of Boba Fett wasn't really their choice. Yeah, they had to write something. But what? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But it makes absolutely perfect sense if you know you have a man-hating feminist in Lucasfilm who wants to see Jon Favreau fail, Lucasfilms and their characters fail, and is pissed off about bringing Luke Skywalker back and fought against that shit. That has been going on, having a whole civil war inside of Lucasfilm, trying to make this show and others. And one of the shots and the casualties of that war was the firing of Gina Carano after the appearance of Luke Skywalker, which was also killed off in the franchise, which made no sense. Sense the pattern here? Like, I don't know, Ray all of a sudden becoming a Palpatine. Why? Makes no sense. Being the strongest Force user. Why? Makes no sense. Being able to beat somebody, the last living Jedi, but a Sith as well. and she picked up a lightsaber 15 minutes ago, and she's able to best him in a lightsaber fight. Makes no sense. That's up hoodoo. Whenever, that's why I say you have to look at other people's work, right? I told y'all before when Jon Favreau came on to The Mandalorian, I fucks with Jon Favreau. Like Chef is one of my all-time favorite movies. Just as a father, Chef is one of my all-time favorite movies. Match up the writing in that, which is his film, he wrote and starred in and shit like that, with a kid, and match it up to this episode. Tell me this is the same writing. What was his other movie? Swingers or some bullshit? Some other stuff that he's worked on? Match it up and see. Tell me this is the same writing. It's not the same writing. What I think is happening, or what I think happened, is that writing room slipped his ass a poison pill. And they was too caught up in trying to get this Ahsoka bullshit and all the rest of the stuff that they kept pulling them off and on to give the full attention to this show for this season. And threw him a curveball, firing one of the principal actors, which never fucking happens. Holy shit. Really? Then they canceled the other show that he couldn't go back and work on, or didn't want to go back and work on. He's in this whole fight with KK and the board about getting control of this shit to get it out of her hands and letting her be the final say on it. To do the things he wanted to do. When they finally, finagle from his arguing, his constant meetings and stuff like that to get Gina Carano back with this shit, same person is trying to stop that and now needs help doing the Crapalite show and Skeleton. Now they got to go over there and put out fires over there and fix the writing over there, which is the whole fuck up. It has been since its inception. And mind you, still ain't shit film. Now, there's a lot of fucking, taffy pulling going on with this shit behind the scenes. A lot. And I think Bad Batch Season 2 and Mandalorian Season 3 are going to be the casualties of that shit. It's just what it is. I cannot watch that episode and say with 100% confidence, yep, Jon Favreau wrote this whole episode. Bullshit. You know what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni wrote? The parts with the Mandalorian. That's the shit that they wrote. They did not write this goofy ass fucking let's steal from every other movie we can think of. Shit. Prove it to me. Prove it. Fucking prove it to me. You can't tell me the same person who wrote the last episode wrote this episode in its entirety. Get the fuck out of there. Get all the fuck out of here. No fucking way. I can't see it. You can't tell me the person who wrote the first season wrote this episode. You can't. You can't tell me that. Yeah, maybe this little part, lore specific stuff, and then this. But that middle contrived bullshit is just that. Contrived, nonsensical bullshit. To me, that says feminine writing. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logical sense, but it does make some emotional sense because you want the high of Bo-Katan holding the dark saber again, don't you? Okay. So, I don't know. I really don't know what the fuck was going on with this. Shout out to Charles Curry He said, thank you for the super chat. Coffee money in the building. It's kind of like my father watching his old Western films. I'm like, Daddy, you don't want to see this, but I understand why you watch what you watch. Yeah, you do. I've told people on this channel before, the point at which you start going back and watching older TV shows when a bunch of new stuff is coming out lets you know what's going on in the culture, that the new shit is crap. That's what it means. I understand that from selling comics. I understand that from watching television and stuff like that. When you start really getting into nostalgia bait and really wanting to go back and having time to watch old stuff when new stuff is coming out, that means the new stuff is really shit. And the reason you know it's shit because it's so bad, it's making you think in your mind back to a time when it was good. And you feel like going back to sit there for a while and watch it, just to remember what good television and good writing was. That lets you know the stuff that you're getting right now is such crap. Such crap. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. This works in a lot of different spaces, too. Name your favorite song right now that you keep listening to. And then ask yourself, is it something that came out in the last year or two? Or is it some shit that came out over 20 years ago? So shout out to Charles for the super chat. I will give you 3B salute. Ah, shit. Look who has slipped in here under the wire. Under the wire. Let me get this motherfucker hooked up right now. The danger room is now open. What's good, Beastly? Good to see you, Hank or Henry. And what up, Ray Hama? The Hama force in the building. So I already gave you the other part. Think about what you go back to and watch. Think about what you want to go back to and watch. That'll tell you what's going on right now. That'll tell you that you've been so disappointed in the television offering, the streaming service offering right now. You'd rather watch some old shit that you've seen already before turning around and watching any of this. That's bad. That's bad. It's a bad sign. It's a good sign for nostalgia because it means, damn, this stuff back then was actually really good. Like, look, I'll take one episode of Babylon 5, and I can tell you it was better than this shit 46 minutes. And you know the episode of Babylon 5 I pick, which is probably a fuck up, but I would pick the Jack the Ripper episode, where Delenn and Sheridan were tested to see if they had what it took to go up against the Shadows in the last Great War. Did they have what it takes? He had to test them. And what you end up finding out in that episode, not to spoil it, it came out forever ago, is that this guy who turns up dressed in English attire, turned into century attire with a cane and a top hat and shit like that, who gets off on abusing Sheridan and Delenn, was held by the Minbari for years in stasis, hundreds of years in stasis. Why? Because the Minbari had been to Earth before, and they snatched this motherfucker up out of England. And when he leaves, he tell him, don't say anything, just let him know that Jack said so. He was Jack the fucking Ripper. They had snatched that serial killer and took him to use them for their own purposes. That's why they never found Jack the Ripper. Because at least in J. Michael Straczynski's imagination, Jack the Ripper got snatched by aliens. Yeah, the Minbari took his ass. Now, if you don't like that episode, watch the episode that's from the point of view of two maintenance workers on Babylon 5. It was a good episode. It is just two dudes, maintenance guys, going around the ship, fixing things, and seeing what's going on in these different parts. It was a very interesting episode. And the acting was far better than Lizzo's ass sitting up there saying, he's just the love of my life. Oh my fucking God. Yes, Minbari were Delen's people. Yes. Delen's people tested her ass. Because you remember, Delen was part of the Grey Council. And when Delen used the, I forgot what they called it, Triluminary, she used that thing and turned herself into a half Minbari, half human. Them motherfucking Minbari had an issue with that shit. Like, you wasn't supposed to use that. Bailey used that. You ain't supposed to use it. But if you watch the shit and find out, Valen was Commander Sinclair. He used it to turn himself into a Minbari and go back in time to stop the shadows at the first Great War, 1,000 years in the past. That shit was deep. Some awesome fucking writing on Babylon 5. Awesome. And set up a 5-year arc and followed it. I would go back and watch that shit right now, just talking about it, then have to watch that episode of Mandalorian again. Because the fucking... I got 2 episodes left of this. And even though most people didn't watch the motherfucker, I'm saying Andor was better than this. Andor was better than this. Even with his 3-arc format. Even with his three episode arc format, it worked better than this. It did. That's why they stole some shit from Andor and put it in this version, this season. This season has so much reconstituted bullshit thrown into it that makes no sense, that tells me this must be interference. This has to be interference. It has to be. It doesn't make any damn sense. It does not track with the first season. It doesn't track with the second season. So what is it? What is the problem? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, this damn traffic. I'm still working on this side of the freeway that broke loose in the rain. And it causing traffic on this 2-lane road during the rush hour time. This is why I hate fucking rush hour. Never used to have it on this road, but we gonna have it for a while until they get this shit fixed. Because the road washed out. Donnie Mac. What's up, Donnie Mac? Said you went back and watched Voltron on Netflix this year. It wasn't that bad. I got through the first season, but I hadn't gone back to it because I have to watch. I end up watching so much stuff. That's why you guys haven't gotten a Sunday binge in a long time, because I have to go back and watch all these movies that kept coming out back to back to back, and the backlog is fucking ridiculous. The backlog is ridiculous. Like right now, movie-wise, I got backlog of reviews for Black Adam, Wakanda Forever, Creed 3, and John Wick. And going to see maybe Mario Brothers. Too much, too fast. Too much, too fast. But to Donnie Mac's point, the Voltron, it was all right. I'd rather watch the original. I haven't watched Spriggan on Netflix yet, but I will be spending some time on Netflix soon because Extraction 2 is going to be coming out. So I will be spending some time watching something on Netflix eventually. Maybe I'll have time to watch Spriggan. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Worse. Still got to cope. So I'm really concerned what the hell they're gonna do in these last two episodes. And would it be, excuse me, an abject miracle if they were able to turn the fan base around and be completely happy and giddy and shit like that for these last two episodes? And then I think about all the shit that I hear that's supposed to be going into season 4 and whatnot, and I'm like, no. No. Because all the stuff that was heard that was supposed to be in season 3, not there. So that means everything they think they're throwing into season 4, if they follow this same model, which is the lead character could be a sidekick in his own show, like Kenobi, like Book of Boba Fett, like Mando season 3. If the main character is just a sidekick in his own fucking show to serve as a launch pad for every other female solo project, yeah, I think they killed this shit. I think they killed it. Because I like Katie Sackhoff, but like Captain Marvel 2 got changed to the Marvels, the Bo-Katan show got changed to Mandalore. Which means somebody understands how the fan base is really hating all the fem push. But they also understand the biggest things that they throwing all their money into and all their excitement into is one young chick character, which is Ahsoka, and then Bo-Katan, Mandalorian show, the Mandalore show. That's where the big push is going to be. Well, that's two female characters, both created by Dave Filoni. So everything else has to suffer while you fucking around with this. Your passion project? I thought you came here to save Star Wars, not your own characters. I'm really getting concerned about this shit. Because what I keep seeing is that shit is falling through the cracks. And that maybe John lied some people out with some bullet points on where he wanted to show the script or whatever to go. And then handed that shit off. And the people in charge of doing the episodes and stuff did their own thing. Because they followed somebody else's lead. And they were allowed too much room to elaborate on what the fucking story was supposed to be. That's why you get these bookend episodes where, yeah, well, see, you got Bo and Din coming to the planet, and then you got Bo and Din, getting a hold of those Mandalorians again. Yeah, we gave it to you. But all this shit in between here, oh, it's ours to play with. Y'all remember Van Wilder, and I used this GIF before, where they took that fucking bulldog or whatever, showed him pictures of other dogs, and kept putting fucking cannolis on his little schlong, letting him fill it up. That's what the fuck it seems like they're doing right now. That's what this episode seemed like. A bunch of fem shit stuffed into what's supposed to be a Mandalorian episode. Yeah, allowed too much room. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I watched it. I watched the episode. I got my giggles off of it. But the more I think about it and think about what does this mean for the franchise as a whole, what does it mean for this season, it's very discouraging to think that this season is going to end on a strong foot. I really don't see how. I'm game to see it. I really would love to see this shit. I really love how they to see how they stick this fucking landing. But god damn, your flow routine look like shit right now. It looks like shit with a bunch of stuff. People is still scratching their head about like what the look. This is how ridiculous the cameos. This set of cameos was, and how objectionable everybody finds Lizzo. You realize George Lucas in his own shit never puts himself front and center. Never. You realize that? That George Lucas has cameos in his movies sometimes, but it's never front and center. It's really quick, and you'd barely know it was him. Now, if the creator of this shit won't even cameo himself in there that hard, why the fuck you got, big stars cameoing in this stuff? What up, Elongo? Why? Jack Black was distracted enough. Christopher Lloyd was like, damn, what the fuck is he doing here? But Lizzo? Who, who? Please tell me who thought this was a good fucking idea. I really want to know. I'm really dying to know this. Who signed off on this shit? I don't want to believe it was Jon Favreau. I really don't. But if it was, it was. Somebody needs to raise their hand and say that this is what they signed on for. Yep, they thought it was awesome. Good idea. No. An objectionable black woman put into another Disney property show. No, I don't think this was any guy decided this shit. I don't. Yeah, I know about Daniel Craig being a stormtrooper. It never took his helmet off. Fuck. Mark Hamill has cameoed as stormtroopers. It never took his fucking helmet off. Use his voice, use other shit, and don't even want credit for it. Yes, Beastly, you didn't hear? You didn't hear, homie? You didn't hear that shit? Yeah, Lizzo is in The Mandalorian. She is the Duchess. A Planeteer, whatever the fuck the planet was. Planet Snowballs, what it was. Yeah, no. Yeah, well, yeah. You say no. Too late. Too late. Too fucking late. It's already done. So I don't know. This is like a slap to the fan base. And the reason why this is another reason why I don't think it was John and Dave's doing to have this bitch in this episode. They're doing so much and trying to be so careful not to piss off the fan base. It makes absolutely no sense in the world that they would put somebody in there that is so utterly unattractive to black men and white men, respectively. Absolutely no sense in the world. None. And you got two of them twice. It makes no sense. And being so careful to do things to not piss off the fan base, not to stir up the beehive, not to get the fandom menace any more lightsabers ignited, that they would do something that the entire fan base would fucking hate, just saying it out loud. Yeah, we're gonna have a cameo with Lizzo. What? Why? What fucking sense does that make? Oh, it's Jack Black. Why? Who are they gonna be? Why are we spending this much time down here on this planet? No, no. Nix that. Nix that. It doesn't make any sense. Like I was saying, it does not make any sense. Unless your goal is to piss off the fan base and fuck up that show. Which is what I said was KK's grand design when she fired Gina Carano over the internet from the show after it had that big pop and everybody wanted to see it. She fired one of the principals because she was mad that they brought back Luke Skywalker. Fuck does he think he is? So if you done, Beast, you done. I mean, they ain't killed it, but they look, dude. The Superstar Destroyer is listed. It's listed to the left, hard. Because every time these motherfuckers try to write this shit, get it in the right direction, the same bitch comes along and throws a torpedo into the side. Wow! Comes back and sweeps the leg. Like, nigga. Appreciate you, Charles. Donated. Again, let's see. It's like them putting Lizzo as Master Chief in Halo. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No, that would have been like them putting Lizzo as Cortana in Halo. You would have seen some nerd fucking rage. I can't think of a white dude that finds Lizzo attractive. I can't. I know for a fact it ain't Chris Evans. It ain't Chris Evans. I can also guarantee for a fact Lizzo probably don't find me attractive. So we all even there. Neither one of us has anything the other one wants. Nothing. Would fuck you to save the planet. Appreciate you, Charles. I will give you, since that's your second one, I will give you the guts and butts. Appreciate you.
Double up, 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies. Never let a hard time on the
Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Yeah, you would have seen some rage. Look, yeah, Skillmonger. Look, I'm not saying it might be done, but it is taken. Look, dude, fucking Star Wars with KK leadership has been taking black fucking eyes. I mean, Jesus, are you Soda Popkinski? It can't get right without them doing something else to fuck it up. It is not the same people. Good. That's why when you look at the work that John's done, you look at the work that Dave has done on the Clone Wars and shit like that, you can't measure those works next to this shit and say it was the same people that did it. It doesn't track. Doesn't track. Now, I wouldn't put it past Dave to introduce a lot of female characters. That is how he is. He came in the door with Ahsoka. He ain't left yet. He gonna get his girl on, nigga. He gonna get her on. Everyone he made, every character he thought up is getting put on. The door's open, and he letting them all in. So if you wonder what the door is, it's the world between worlds. He made the shit up. Everybody coming through that bitch. Everybody. From animation to live action, it's coming. Everybody he ever made. So, you know what Dave is on. You know how he go about, his writing and shit. Because for everybody who loved the fuck out of the Clone Wars, who was he on Clone Wars? Wasn't he the one doing the writing and the lore and shit? Well, there you fucking go. Does this track with how this season is going? Bits and pieces, right? Okay then. What bits and what pieces? Because if it's just the same two dudes writing the whole thing, it should have the same tone and flavor as the first season or the second season, right? But it's not. They got a staff. What up, I'm listening. That's why they had to fire a bunch of them from season 4 for doing this kind of shit. Writing in this bullshit that they didn't see and it's already filmed. Trying to kill the show. Somebody is. I don't believe John and Dave is trying to kill the very thing that they spending all their goddamn time doing. Jon Favreau could have been gone and made 3 other goddamn movies by now. Nobody needs to stay to this fucked up collaboration with Lucasfilm on their resume. Nobody needs that shit. So you can't tell me that the same people that's trying to save this shit, fix it for George, work with the man who created the shit the closest, all of a sudden turn around and threw out this shit. You think if they working with George would have signed off on that shit? And all they seem to want to do is please George and have his okay on some shit? Only people that do not care about what the fans want and honoring George Lucas's legacy is KK and the folks she brought with her. The ones that work in Lucasfilms. Concept artists, art department, school, writing group. Them people. The same ones that gave you the Kenobi show. Wrote that piece of shit for you. With a bunch of stuff that makes no sense. Goes nowhere. Some aimless wandering around shit. Kind of like this season. Just saying, you got to put these pieces together. Got to put these pieces together. Or look at it objectively. I'm critical of a lot of shit. I'm critical of John and Dave when I tell you I think they fuck it up. I don't think this one was them. I think this was the influence of somebody else in their shit. It's not that I don't want to believe that they fuck it up, because I've told you very clearly where I think they fuck it up and what I am not looking for because they fuck it up. I don't want to see it go this way because it will fuck it up. So it's not above me or below me to criticize them. I will criticize them wholeheartedly. I support them, but I'm not a fan. Fan is short for fanatic. I'm not a fucking fanatic because I do not subscribe to your religion. I do not. I'm the agnostic in the bullshit. Meaning, I'm calling not even balls and strikes, motherfucker. I'm looking at you and telling you, no, that ain't cool. That ain't gonna work. Because I am the fan base. So I can't believe that 2 people trying to court the fan base back to this franchise to show, no, we're doing some good shit. We're going to get you the stuff that you want. We got you. We'll give you some good stuff. Thought that this would be a good move. That the fan base would just love it. Fuck out of here. Do I look like I love the shit? I'll sit and tell each other. Does it sound like y'all loved it? The people who watched it, who are fans of Star Wars, probably grew up on it. Got along very well without any major. Now it's like an episode, I guess, SVU or some shit, right? This dude shows up this week, and he's the criminal. Bullshit. Well, I don't know. Really don't know what's going on. The fact that it doesn't make sense means it's not a logical mind putting that shit together. Because logical people don't make, contrived ass leaps like, oh, look, the droid had a sport card on it, and it has the address. Well, this droid beat me, and she beat the droid. So, in fact, she did win the saber in combat. By that? Really? Now, you can go meet so-and-so. Yeah, you can go talk to the Mandalorians. But, can you take care of this problem for us first? No, but, weapons are part of your religion. So you can go down there and take care of it for us. But aren't those Mandalorians too? The ones sitting out there in the Green Master playing football and shit? Aren't those Mandalorians too? Don't they have weapons? Why don't you just tap them? Part of their religion too. No sense. Ugh. I told my kid or my daughter before, there's two types of logic. There's male logic and there's female logic. Female logic runs through your feelings. What you feel you want to happen. Male logic runs through actual analytical processes. Doesn't matter what you feel. What makes actual sense? Logic. That's why Kirk and Spock was always such a good duo. Or Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, a good trio. Because Bose was all passion. Passion and feeling. That's why he'd get to cussing and stuff like that. Passionate. Spock was totally analytical, totally removed. That make no goddamn sense. Goddamn free-blooded, 20-year goblin. Passionate. And the counterpoint between the two of them was the captain, who could be rational, listen to Bo's argument, listen to Spock's argument, and pick the path through the middle. The stiff. Because he had to take both of those, the passion and the analytics, and make the best choice for the whole ship. So when you look at things as a man and understand at the times where it doesn't make any sense to you, logically, if you're using logic and it doesn't make any sense to you, it was not a logical mind or male thinking mind that thought this shit up. That's why. But if you start running it through your feminine feeling filter, you'll see, oh, it does feel rosy. It does make me feel good to see Bo-Katan with the Darksaber again. It does. It does make me feel good when Din has to listen to Bo-Katan and she gets to chastise him. Like, yeah, stop being so mean. Do it my way. Yes, address me. Does sound like it feels better that way, doesn't it? It does feel like it makes it a little bit better if, well, yes, it's the Mandalorian, but Din's not really the one we're focusing on this time. This time it's going to be all about Bo. It's going to be all about Bo-Katan in this episode. I want her to really stand up and get her speech. Get her shine on. Bad bitch day, right? Running through your feelings. Now it makes some sense, don't it? Because that shit is massage. It tells you the two dudes that's credited with being the creators of this show ain't the ones who wrote that shit. That was some females. That made sense to them. And if you look online, you take a personal tally, because I don't go on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account or none of that shit. But if you do, take your ass online and do yourself a tally of who really is supportive of this. And if they are male, female, or moist talent. Look at them and see their sensibilities. I bet you'll find. Bet you will. So I don't put this on John and Dave. I will say, look, dude, while you was away, the cats will play. Or excuse me, while the cats are away, the mice will play. And that's what I think was going on in this episode. Just like that bullshit with Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk. Fuck, is she here? Huh? Should be called the women dome. Mandalor. Transitive property. Yeah. Yeah, Elanco. Yeah, that don't make no doggone sense again. Yeah, that don't make no sense again. You remember the first episode of this season 1 where Din rolled in and Din was the cold dude, man with no name, gunslinger coming there. He wasn't about talking much, wasn't about that bullshit. Look, you coming in hot or cold. That's all I need to know. Kick anybody ass, stand up to anybody, scrap with them, fuck with droids. Remember that? Do these even look like the same character in this episode? That episode, season 1, and this character, season 3, do they look like the same character? Does he even act like the same character? I know everybody keeps trying to say, look, oh, Din and Bo-Katan, this the space parents. They ain't got no fucking relationship. No romance either. You know who Din got a relationship with? That chick on the shrimping planet. You know, the one who wanted to see his face and shit. That's the chick he got a relationship with. And if he pull off his helmet for anybody, or bumping up this with anybody, he need to go back to that planet with the blue shrimp on it and holler at baby girl. In fact, when he did have his helmet off and was unworthy, was an apostate, he should have flew back to that planet and took a piece of that. Posted up on her shit for a quick minute. Grogu was gone. He got time. Slide back over there and ask him what's up. What's good with it? see my new ship? It's fast. It's real fast. That's where he should have been. Yeah, we need that guy back. Because that's what you got hooked on the show for. And this shit, I understand character growth. So I'd be fine with character growth like that. But not a total divergence from what the character is. Yeah, he softened up a little because he's taking care of, the kid. Yeah, lone wolf and cub. Yeah, I was fine with that. I rock with that. That's why I don't have a problem with Grogu being there. Because I'm looking like some old Kira Kurosawa, some lone wolf and cub shit. So I don't have a problem with him training the kid being there, all of that shit. I don't have a problem with it. But that's not where we are now, is it? No. It's that Grogu is the plushie that everybody get to hold because everybody want their time with the baby. Oh, and Mocha's acting like his mother. No, she not. She acting like big sister. They got her sitting with Grogu more than did is sitting with the motherfucker. She ain't responsible for it. Did is. So the Mandalorian show is just gonna be any Mandalorian will do, as long as Grogu is sitting there with him. Fuck out of here. Yeah, slide into galactic DMs. Yeah, he didn't even need. Look, dude, she told him to come back. Y'all watched first season, didn't you? Didn't you watch first season? When he met Gina Carano on that planet? When he met Cara Dune on that planet? What happened? They helped those settlers in a very Samurai 7 kind of way. They helped them out, and she wanted to see his face. And he told her he couldn't. He felt something for her. She felt something for his ass. All he had to do was swing back through. Fly back through. He could have got there no problem. Not with the N1. Oh, he would have got there quick, nigga. Could have slid right in her DM. Showed him his whole creed. Showed him his chain code. Showed her his Django Unchained. Could have gave her a little bit. Showed her the man in the dough. Showed her the man in the DeLorean. Shit. No, now I understand why Christopher Lloyd is there. DeLorean. You take the man out of the DeLorean. They did take the man out of it this episode. Yeah, be the rich auntie. That's it. That's it, Dottie Mac. Yeah, rich auntie. There ain't no romantic nothing going on between Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. You out your fucking mind. You just think that anytime you got two people standing together, they gotta be fucking. Fuck out of here. No. Ain't shit like that happen. Take a slide by this movie theater. See if I see what time Mario is starting. Just been sitting in traffic. That's kind of sapping my fucking desire to sit in the movie for another 2 hours. But I do need to see the. Do need to see Mario because I'm a fan. Let's go. Show her how strong. Yeah. Show her his best card, his vibro sword, his vibro knife. A hidden blade. Show is taking that turn, The Flash, and The Walking Dead went down. I'm running out of fucks to give. Yeah, well, if you see the show taking the same turn that those shows did, what turn was that? What turn was it? And who pushed it? That lets you know who was doing it. I told y'all. When I saw Jack Black sitting up there and didn't know who the fuck Lizzo was, the first thing in my mind came that piece of shit Rings of Power on Amazon. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Disa, the dwarven queen, the first time we haven't seen a female dwarf on screen. No, you big nose bitch. We've seen them before. I watched those movies. No. You the first big black one we've seen, but you ain't the first one. That was the first thing I thought of. First thing. Like, oh shit. So instead of Disa, we got the Duchess. Okay. Captain Bombardia. Like, what was the dwarf's name? Durin, I think his name was. Sound similar, don't it? Hey. She knows she got a big nose. She got a beak. She got a beak. And I only say bitch because I don't know her personally. They had her ass out there. They had her ass out there pushing that goddamn lie because they gassed her ass up to throw her out there, and people hated that shit. You think black men don't like overweight women? No, white men hate overweight women. They don't like that shit. Why do you think there's a white beauty standard? Is it a fat white woman? No. That's their beauty standard because they don't have a love for that shit. Only people I know that can't give any of a fuck about fat chicks is Africans. Continent Africans. Why? Because if you came from America and you that damn fat, you must be rich if you can get that fucking engorged. The only thing that get that big in Africa is ticks and water buffaloes that are worth money. So don't try to put all that shit like it's just, oh, it's just black folks hate. No, it ain't just black folks hate. A lot of people don't like fat people. Fat black women don't want a fat black man. Excuse me. Oh my fucking God. They're gonna stand right in front of the parking spot. Well, let me just run their asses over with their daughter, and that'll make it all right. Excuse me. This dumbass bitch gonna tell this little girl to go right behind me where I'm trying to park in this empty parking spot. Like the two of them with the kids won't get the hell beat out of them. Well, now, isn't this just the way? Funny, Toya. You like when you get Carterson MC? Yeah, like Turbo T. Get me hot, I get revved up. And that's a generational joke. If you don't get it, you ain't old enough. I don't believe it was Favreau's idea either. I don't think
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. That episode, I don't think that was his idea. I do not believe that whatsoever. That was some chick's idea. And if it wasn't Dallas Bryce Howard's, then it was KK or somebody on the writing team trying to kill the fucking show. So there was a water buffalo sighting on the show. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. With CG added, so it was more expensive to have her ass in it. She had to have CG flowers behind her, so you knew she was special. Fuck out of here. Yeah, they do. Is that not a true statement? No one went up to the package man. Am I full of shit? Because I happen to know a bunch of overweight black women. They don't like overweight black men and have no problem calling them fat, dusty, don't look like he washes ass right, stick on a rag. No, they talk shit about them. Shit. They wouldn't want to hook up with their ass if they had a tow truck and they were stuck. No. So I don't have to feel no kind of way about talking about them. They ain't no sacred cow. Pun intended. Only thing worse than her big ass being there was the terrible acting job. Her acting was garbage. Her acting was garbage. And the funny part is, you can tell she was trying. But apparently she don't know how to say lines like it really means something. I guess you can't twerk, you can't work. Stiff as Beskar, that's a disrespect to Beskar, sir. Nope, you're right. I'm an overweight man in college. There was a particular type of disdain they had for big guys. Yeah, they never like you unless you got money. Look, do you think Biggie Smalls would have ever had Faith Evans if he didn't have money? The nigga was he told you I'm black and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Gucci down to the socks because he had all the expensive shit on. Chicks always want to be near that. Your star on the rise, you can find you a chick looking for a ride. Big and indifferent, it don't matter. But if you a regular working dude and you big, nigga, you better find a homely bitch. She just wanted the whole go group, yeah, and dangled some fucking gummy worms at his ass, and he leapt away from his daddy into her lap, like, oh yeah, that's all I needed. Come over here to Big Mama lap. Yeah, well, at least she didn't twerk. Yeah, no. At least they didn't have no goddamn outtakes. Because I bet you her ass was twerking on set. Elongo, you are not shit. You are on the board for ain't shitness. That boy said her acting was horrendous. Like, how many different ways can a chick say moo? Oh my God, boy, that is not even a jab. That is a whole blaster bolt to the belly. Damn. Woo! Merciless. That was flawless. She is cute. Nerdy looking self. Cute as hell. Anyway. All right. I guess I'm going to get out of this car and go see if I can watch this Mario movie. I don't even feel like it now. I'm tired. Sitting in all that goddamn traffic. I just want to eat and lay down. Fuck that. I'm going home. Fuck that. I just decided. Going home. Fuck this. This attention-seeking ass little bitch that was standing in the parking spot. I don't feel like being in the theater with them. I don't feel like sitting anymore. I want to lay down, stretch my leg. I'm having some problems with my knee. I'm getting old. And not in a dirty bastard way. So I'm going to go home. That movie will be there tomorrow, and I don't think y'all going to be pressuring me about the review of it. Check it out tomorrow. Yeah, Big Mama lap. Come over here and give Big Mama a kiss. Come on, Grogu. Come over here. I'll give you some of these mints out my purse. Let me pull it out my bosom. Shit. I ain't going nowhere long. I'm going home. I'm going home. It's getting cold out here. My nose still stuffed up. I feel like dealing with this shit. I'll go see it tomorrow. It ain't gonna hurt nothing if I wait another day to see fucking Super Mario. I go home now. I could probably get to bed early. Probably. We'll see. Maybe get some other stuff in. Yep, the green peppermints from a purse. You know the ones. You know the ones. That's what she gave Grogu. Because he came over to Big Mama's house and helped her cheat the win. And so she made him a knight in some piece of shit world group we ain't never even heard of. Okay. So he's a Mandalorian Jedi Knight. Well, he didn't complete the training, so he might not even be a Jedi, right? Too much of that attachment shit. So I don't know. But there's a lot of jokes that can be made about this shit, and I don't think anybody with a logical mind thought that was a good idea and didn't foretell, couldn't see the signs that motherfuckers was gonna have a field day with this shit when it comes out. I can't think of anybody seeing it and thinking that was a good ass idea. I can't. But be that as it may, it's out there. So it's over. Thankfully, that episode is over now. You don't have to look back. You only have to look forward. So I'm gonna get home and get myself nice hot shower since it's overcast and getting cold again. Get myself a hot shower, some hot tea, some medicine, some Theraflu for my nose. See if I can get in here and work on some of these videos for y'all. But that's it. I'm going to get out of here. You have just heard a Geek Speak. And the thoughts and views are my own. Unscripted. And off the cuff. So I'll see you guys next time. Oh, also, should have said it earlier. Be sure to subscribe to the Geek Elite Assemble channel. I will start putting the Geek Speaks only on that channel. Y'all didn't listen the first time I did it. I'm giving you more time. Subscribe to the channel so you can see the Geek Speaks. I gotta spread this shit out. This monster needs to grow. It cannot grow stifled. It needs to stretch out. So do that, please, for me. Get your baby pop. Big Papa, Granddaddy, Grandpappy. I appreciate it. But that's it. Thank you guys for coming through today. Thank you to Charles for supporting the stream. donate in the super chat. And I will see you guys next time when you hear Geek speak. Peace. I have spoken.